Thank you, Dhiren. So we are right on time. We still have about 10 minutes left for question and answer. But before I cover you all, let me give you a final word, final thoughts on this particular thing. That in India, online examination, in my opinion, has arrived, number one. Number two, the battle of wits, which was going on, as Dhirendra said, for the last almost 5 years, has almost come to an end. It is not only by choice that people are going to adopt online examination, but it is more so by compulsion that people will have to adopt online examination. The 12th plan, 11th plan document says that there has to be from 24 to 40% increase in distance education. And when you have such a segregated system and you want to conduct examination in a very secure kind of environment, there is no other better way to assess or to examine than online examination. So with these thoughts, let me invite any one of you who has any question with any of the panel members. Yeah. Kindly introduce yourself before you ask the question, please.
Biplav Bakshi, Savityam. We've heard about the advantages of technology-led assessments. What are the limitations of technology-led assessments? And to avoid a deja vu for both Madan and Dhirendra, 10 years from now, what are the things that you would say today would become passé 10 years from now?
Good question, Biplav. From a limitation perspective today, I would say first would be there is still no proven technology to authenticate a candidate by where he can take the exam sitting at his own place. And therefore, you need a centralized or you need an infrastructure where the candidate has to come and take an exam. Right? So that puts a whole lot of other limitations on the entire process. Unlike any other low-stakes exams where a candidate can sit wherever and take that exam. So infrastructure today we're still struggling, and associated things with it, be it bandwidth, be it power. In some states, in the state that I come from, Karnataka, tier 3 cities or tier 2 cities run with about 8 hours of power every day. Right? So it also means that it increases the cost of operating and running an online exam. So I would put infrastructure as one of the key, and all the other elements of infrastructure as one of the key challenges. And the second really is to some extent digital divide. Well, one can argue that, 95% of the people don't have any problems. In any exam, you've got to be fair and you have to cover every 100, because if I am the guy in the 5%, I don't care about averages. It's about me. You can't say on an average everybody is comfortable, but I'm not the average guy, and therefore we need to figure ways of balancing both, at least for some time to come. Right? So those would be my two top of the mind challenges. I'm sure Dhirendra will add a few more.
I think you raised a very interesting question. The challenge really, I'll give you a very different out-of-the-box thinking about this, is that the whole process of examinations itself will change. The whole approach to, I'll not use the word exam, assessing an individual will change, where it will move from a rejection model to a selection model. Now that's a huge, huge difference, because with technology, we should be able to put individuals into the right kind of track that he or she should go into, rather than say, okay, make these individuals go through engineering or medicine or arts or science. Today, our research has shown, internal research, that every individual who chooses a career and goes into a particular college or into a particular stream, there are 25% of these people who actually are not fit for that career. So the whole approach will change, and this is a learning model. with, virtual networks coming up, with more and more technology change, I'm sure we'll be able to achieve scale as we move along. For now, I think we should look more and more at a hybrid model, which has already shown that there is a, from over proven time that has been proven that it works, and the technology model to make it more accurate and make it more secure.
Anybody else, please?
Thank you. I'm Sushma from Learning Mate. I had Dr. Singh, I appreciate your thought that we need to look at assessments first and then go about designing things in curriculum. That's the backward design. My only question is, I'm an educator myself. I have concerns with online assessment in one form, as in when you have essay questions, case studies, where the subjective analysis of the teacher and the human intervention is required. How does online assessment, or how do you foresee online assessments can take on that capability?
Yeah. Thank you. You see, it's got to be in engineering, in management, bioscience, various type of curriculum. It's got to be a hybrid approach. When we say online examination, actually it's evaluation. It is not only an end-term examination, it's a continuous evaluation, which includes assignment, online assignment, both issuing and submitting, and assessing and returning. Likewise in the class, likewise in the laboratory. Now these laboratories and classroom have to be changed. They have to be equipped. How are you going to assess it? So in engineering, as of now, we are under Rohtak University, MDU, like anything, we have 2 internal assessment exams spread over week. Then we have an end-term exam for every semester. And now you would have heard 180 days of contact classes are required per semester. We don't get even 78 days because the exam spreads over more than 65 to 70 days. 65 colleges under one university, number of compartments and all that come, to give opportunity to every student to appear in the exam and progress. The exams are spread so long that teaching time is much too less. So until we have a shift in our way, now for example, the transportation of question paper for 65 colleges over whole of Haryana, security, secrecy, compromise, copying, invigilation.
I'm all for online assessment, sir. Don't mistake me for that.
Sure.
I'm all for it. My only concern here is how do we understand, or maybe 10 years from now, today it's not possible, but is there a scope that this is going to be possible? And I want it to be possible. I'm just trying to identify how does one work towards it.
You are right. It is possible. It is being done. And it is not that we are thinking something out of the box. It is being done in the Western countries. And the naysayers will always say that how do you assess that the person, any paragraph which has been written by a person is written actually by him. There are assessment modules as well. There are assessment softwares as well, which can tell you with some kind of accuracy whether this particular writing style belongs to a particular person or not. And this is the difference. You raised a very important point, because when you are talking about an online examination, it is campus-based, curriculum-based examination. What they are talking about is an entrance examination kind of
That's where I want to get to, is that we're not limiting online.
Yeah, you are not limited to. And this is, in fact, it starts from here, and it extends to.
It's just an entry point that we have, and it has to.
And it extends to a different kind of a model where you have text boxes, text pads available, where you can define that you have to answer this particular question in only 300 words.
Then you can create a rubric, sir. I agree with all that completely.
And then you can define the assessment module as well. That competency for assessing a paragraph, you can define the competencies. Understanding of the subject, how much is a person going to evaluate on that. So these things are available. The only thing is that we have to be forthright enough